Well, welcome to a short video. I've been working on things over the Christmas break, and a little rundown. I've been stuck in Arduino and ChatGPT and swearing at all of it. We need to turn this on and make sure that our channel members are up there. This might seem like a fairly simple little project. This has got an Arduino Uno in here, and we have a DHT hanging out the side here, DHT11. We have a real-time clock. And on the top here, we have another DHT sensor in here. I had planned to add a rain sensor here, but this simple little project is using 90% of the dynamic memory, aka RAM, of an Arduino Uno. So we're kind of stuck with it. I've even had to economize the amount of text I use on here as well. The real-time clock is being updated whenever we upload a code, so I don't need the extra buttons. There's just not enough room for the code to handle the rain sensor, so that is going to go by the wayside. There isn't much physical room in this box to fit much more. I have used an external regulator here, a linear regulator, which is exactly the same as what's on board here, but the onboard one here is running a little on the warm side, just running the display. So for all the other sensors, we needed an extra regulator. I also added a bridge rectifier in here, so you can throw in any polarity you want in here and it'll correct it anyway. A real risk when some of the things I do. It also creates a 1 volt drop, so instead of having to power it from 9 volts, we can move it up to 12 volts. The 1 volt drop brings it down to about 11-ish volts going in, which gives these little regulators just a little bit less of a hard time handling that extra waste heat. So we're doing pretty well. This one, we're going to find a way to fit something like an RJ45 socket on the side, run that on a piece of Cat5 outside. This will get hot glued in here like most of it, because this is another hot glue special. And I've been soldering DuPont connectors in because they're just easier. And yeah, so this has taken me about nearly 4 days at this point of swearing at this. The Jaycar modules here, these little DHT11s, would not work without a library that I could not find anywhere. If you ever do this, get the proper DHT22 ones. Much easier to program, and they're supported by the Adafruit libraries. Oh, and the other little thing I should mention, the real-time clock in here means that it remembers the date and time. Alright, well I had a little bit of fun with a label maker here, but until I've got the right socket, I'm going to leave this here. I do have some RJ45 sockets. They're not going to fit the shape or the hole or anything right now, but we are looking the part. So that will be nice when I get all the right things. So I've let it run overnight. It's been sitting at my desk. The clock is running fairly reliably here. It's also a Sunday. I quite embarrassingly went up the street and I've lost track of what day it was. Went to try and find bits to make a connection here. I was going to use RJ45 because I've got lots of that lead and connectors. Can't find a connector that's suitable for it in my own collection. Maybe I'll just use like a TRS headphone socket or something. Don't know. But anyway, I've got to sit with this for another couple of days. So we'll jump back to the magic of video editing and see you then. However, it does say 540, so 347, and it's 352. There could be a slight delay when I programmed it, but yeah, I'm going to set this up so that I can throw the program on using my laptop in the field, so I should be able to just update the time very quickly that way. Okay, it's the next day and I got impatient and didn't want to wait till Sunday, and I found a good solution for the sensor here. I found an old ADSL filter, which of course we're not going to use anymore. Don't even have actual phone lines. So I did also find is some RJ11 plugs and some flat cable that I wired up years ago, because I have these plugs and a crimper. That means I can take one of these plugs and just quietly clip it in here, and then I can make my little sensor here, which I will make a housing for later, and clip that in and make any sort of length of cable I need, and it's fairly easy to replace. Now let's turn on our power and see if we have outdoor temperature. We do. So I'm going to take this guy here, stick it in front of the air conditioner, and that will be the outdoor temperature. We should see starting to drop, and the humidity will probably go with it. because air conditioners inherently dehumidify air. The idea being is that this sensor can go outside the six-wheel drive. So we'll bring it back here a bit, and it should start to come up again. So that means that is actually working, and this is the DHT11 doesn't have the LED on board. The 22s usually do. So I'm going to find out some sort of casing. And yes, I used more hot glue, so sue me. This is my project. Anyway, it's nearing completion. We should be right. We're going to have to install it in the six-wheeler sometime. Alright, so we're on to long-term testing now, and we're on the messy side of my desk that the pile of repair jobs is stacking up. So while we were going to be sneaking outside to the six-wheeler out the back there, we are instead sitting at the desk doing some long-term tests and checking the temperature outside. It's currently 28 outside, 50% humidity, 22 in here and 52% humidity. We're running the air conditioning. So we're just going to let it test, see how it runs. I finally worked out how to set the clock, which the code I had was supposed to update the clock when you upload it. Didn't quite do it, so I had ChatGPT write me a code to just update the clock to the system time when I upload it. So now, in lieu of a better option, I upload that code and then upload my original code again. Clock set, everything's correct. It got out of whack for some reason. Don't really know why. For now, it's running off a 12-volt plug pack, and I have set up something that people have seen a lot of on my channel, is this 24 to 12 volt converter. Apparently this is one of my more famous videos, was doing a teardown on this. So 30 amps I think is a bit of a leap with this thing, but yeah, we'll use this to run that off one of the 24 volt light switches in the ambulance that's not currently connected to a light. And so yeah, we should be able to turn this on and off with a switch on the wall, which will be nice. Anyway, we're going to cap this here, and I'll do a whole separate video on installing that into the ambulance, and hopefully that'll be an interesting one. Anyway, it's hot, I have more videos to edit, so we'll see you in the next one, and I hope it was fun. So no sooner did I just pack this up, it started pouring down, and I know the humidity sensor's working because it's saying 99% humidity out there. It usually means rain. I hope that doesn't mean the sensor's wet.